What's up, my friends? It's Russo, and I'm back with 4 more plays for you for today and 2 honorable mentions that I'm going to break down. We have a 5-game NBA slate coming off the sweep last night. We've been close. We're getting into rhythm here. It's actually been a pretty promising last, 5 slates. We had one that was just like a total miss on a couple plays. Like by miss, I mean I think 2 of them hit 1.5 dust, and then one was just like a total miss with Amen Thompson. But other than that, we've been sweeping or 0.5ing, which is what we want. Really been changing up the approach and the strategies and diving in deeper and educating myself on just the whole system of sports betting and fantasy, DFS stuff. So we're gonna keep rolling. I'm not some player who is wearing Rolexes and promising you the world. But I want to build this as much as you guys do, and we got to be smart about it. There are going to be days that aren't great, but we'll keep increasing our unit size as we build our bankrolls, and we'll do this together. So I really appreciate the support. If you guys could do me a favor and like the video or drop a comment, whatever is easiest for you, or both, it'll help me get in front of a larger audience. It's how the algorithm works. So trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate the support, but let's talk about yesterday. Trey Murphy had us sweating a little bit. We took him over the 8.5 rebounds and assists. He'd done this. He had an excellent hit rate. He had us sweating for a minute there, and then he grabbed 2 at the end. He was sitting at 8, and I was feeling so confident about it. And then I was just like, oh my gosh, I think there was 2 minutes left. And I was like, man, don't do this to me. And then he ended up getting 2 more and cashed it for us. Julius Randle, as expected, great performance against the Suns. Loved that matchup for him. We took him over 32 points, rebounds, and assists. He crushed this, went for 41. Devin Booker, my boy, he had me sweating. I literally was kind of already playing out my mind of okay, I guess we're going to go 3 and 4. I'm going to talk about it on the show. Because he came out so hot first half. I think he had 23 or 24 PRA, and then third quarter starts, there's adjustments by Minnesota, and on top of the adjustments by Minnesota, it was Booker was just not even trying to be aggressive and score the ball. And I know they were double teaming him and stuff, but it just looked like he wasn't trying as much to just get after it and draw fouls if he need to. And so I was kind of already just I literally posted to our Discord. I was like, man, I can't believe after that hot start, I'm going to need overtime for Booker to cash this for me. And then 2 minutes left, he just starts dropping threes, just starts popping off. And then I was like, I could not believe he cashed that for us without overtime, with such an amazing first half, slow second half. And then he comes back and goes for 40 total. So that track record, remember that Booker against Minnesota, that's 3 straight games head to head with at least 40 PRA. So we're going to keep that on our radar. And then Isaiah Hartenstein also had us a little nervous, came out pretty hot in the first half. We took him over 26.5. So I was looking for at least 14 was my number I was aiming for in the first half. Solid. I think we got there. And then third quarter, he's inching his way up, and then all of a sudden it was just this little slow drought for a minute there. But then start of the fourth quarter, he cashed it, and when he hit 27, I was like, I'm not going to start celebrating yet, because I've had these stat corrections hit me so many times where oops, that wasn't his rebound, and all of a sudden we're 0.5. So I was relieved to see it hit 28, and I was still a little nervous because I'm like, don't take away one of his buckets or something. I like to be over that threshold of okay, if there's a stat correction, we're good to go regardless. But anyways, we got the sweep. I appreciate you guys riding with me, and let's keep it rolling. I feel like this new approach is really working out great for us. I power played this and flexed it, which is kind of my new approach. Let's talk about what we're taking today. So for this, I've got 2 units since we made a little bit yesterday. We're going to inch our way up into these heavier unit sizes. And then maybe if we go on a real burner, maybe we'll put together a nuke play, at some point. But we're not going to do that until we get a few under our belt. So we're not going to get ahead of ourselves here, but it has been looking good. But so I got 2 units on this flexed, and then I've got 2 units on this powered. My reasoning behind this is if we get the sweep, we get 15x. We get the 10x for the power. We get the 5x for the flex. But I mean, most of our plays have gone 3 of 4 or 2 and 2, and we've got like a 0.5. So I feel pretty confident that we're good with the 3 of 4 at least. Again, anything could happen. Nothing's a guarantee. Nothing's a lock. But if we go 3 of 4, we're only down 1 unit. So potential 15x if we sweep, but we're insuring ourselves a little bit with the flex, to make it to where we would, if we go 3 of 4, we're only losing 1 unit. So enough about that. Let's get into the plays here. So I'm going with Max Strus over 7.5 rebounds and assists. We're going back to the well with Desmond Bane over 22.5 points and assists. I'm loving that we're getting this so low. Toumani Camara, we're going to go 7.5 rebounds and assists as well. And then Lauri Markkanen, we're going to go 25.5 points rebounds. So let's start breaking it down. All right, so Desmond Bane here. I was looking at his PRA. I almost was going to switch to the PRA because his points assists was up at 23.5. If it goes back to 23.5 and his PRA is still at 27.5 by the time you're watching this, I prefer the PRA over 27.5 over the 23.5 PA. I think they're both probably good to go, honestly, but at 22.5, I'm absolutely taking the points assists. So he's cleared this at a 55% hit rate on the 2024 season, 21 out of 38 games. And we can see this back half has been a lot better because he's sneakily really good with the assists. So since that's the play we're taking, let me just get to that real quick. So it's still on PRA. So let me read that to you one more time since I read off the PRA. So 53% hit rate on the PA, 20 out of 38 games. Again, this back half is just when we've been really starting to jump in on this and trying to catch those assists beforehand. And so yeah, if you look at this matchup here, across the board, it's pretty tough. It's Houston. So, I mean, yeah, they're tough. 5th overall in points allowed, 1st in assists allowed. If you look at the point guard position, 1st in assists allowed, we get to the shooting guard position. That's where things soften up a little bit. So I love this matchup for Desmond Bane. 20th in points allowed, 12th in assists allowed. Small forwards, it's tough. Tough to power forwards, and then really tough against center. So he's got the softest matchup in this particular case. We do have 2 significant game time decisions. We have Steven Adams game time decision, Alfred Sengun game time decision. The reason I mention that is if you end up taking the PRA, at 27.5, if this gets bumped to 23.5, and that's your decision to make. But if you do, that is some potential vacated rebounds if we're adding the rebounds in there. Even though it's not to the same position matchup wise, still, those are vacated rebounds. And Bane, he has those tiny little arms, but he's actually pretty capable of rebounding the ball in some games. He can pop off. So let's take a look at this note from Outlier. All right, so he's exceeded 22.5 points and assists in 8 of his last 9 games, averaging 27.6. So we've got like a nice, about just over a 5-point bump of what he's averaging and what we're getting this at. The last game that when he didn't cash the 22.5 was against New York, and that turned into an absolute blowout. He still got 30 minutes, but it was an absolute blowout. And so, I mean, it's also tough. It's New York. So we can't just get scared of going back to Bane just because that one game. So I'm feeling really good about this. Averaging 32.8 minutes a game so it's at 8 of his last 9 games. So over these last 9 games, averaging 32, just under 33 minutes a game, 1.7 fouls, 57% from the field, 8.2 made buckets, 52% from beyond the arc, 2.9 made threes on average. Beautiful, just beautiful from beyond the arc. over these 9 games, 11.6 potential assists. One thing I also really like about this play is averaging 32 minutes a game over the last 9 games and been popping off. So if we take a look at on the 2024 season, when he's getting those 32 minutes, look how great that looks. 12 of 13 games, 92% hit rate. So we're hoping for 32 minutes is what we're hoping for. And this game, I think, should be pretty close. We have a 238 over under, so they're expecting a lot of points, which is great. Memphis favored by 5 points playing in Memphis. So I think he can get his 32 minutes. That's what we're aiming for. And the reason that I'm a little bit more so I'm thinking PRA 27.5 if this gets bumped to 23.5 is because it's not that big of a deal, but it's just, if you look at on these 32 minutes, one of those, he went for 23, so that wouldn't have cashed us, but also on over that 9-game stretch that they're talking about here. Did it change? Oh wait, I think that's right. It's only showing 7. Oh, it's because my minutes are still up here. So let's bump these minutes back down. So over this 9-game stretch, you can see there's actually 2 games here where he only went for 23 even. So that's a small detail, but that's enough for me to say, let me grab that PRA because it's a better value at 27.5 than 23.5 points assists. So go with your gut though. This is just me really diving into the details here. Let's take a look at the head-to-head and then we'll move on. So he's cleared this 3 out of 5 head-to-heads. His last matchup was just on the 13th. He went for 25 points, 2 assists. And then January 9th, he went for 16 points, 14 assists. Let's take a look at what was going on there. 27 minutes, close game, 119 to 115. So he just didn't get it done on the 9th. But I'm feeling good about him getting it done tonight. 22.5, I'll take that all day. Let's take a look at daily grind. They like his rebounds and assists as the best play at 9.5. They have it at a 52.92% odds to hit the over -132. Everyone's got this one favored to go over the 9.5. They don't like his turnovers. And then the points assists are actually the next best over behind the rebounds and assists. They have it at a 51.97% odds to hit the over -130. They also like his rebounds over 4.5, his points over 17.5. And they're not feeling the assists at 5, but probably just because, this is kind of all over the place. We've got like a 4.5, and then we've got a bunch of 5.5s. So, they're really bumping up those assists. So let's move on. Max Strus. All right, this one's pretty simple. He's done this in 4 out of his last 5 games. We got a nice matchup here against Atlanta, believe it or not. Small forward position, 24th in rebounds allowed, 18th in assists allowed. We also have some significant injuries that could. So Darius Garland went from out, so dealing with the jaw fracture to game time decision. Karis LeVert, Sam Morrell, Isaac Okoro. So Sam is out, and Isaac Okoro game time decision. So there's a couple guys here that could end up having either limited minutes or miss the game entirely. So to me, that just the whole rotation, the way it affects the rotation, he should get a little bit of a bump in minutes, but he's been playing pretty decent lately. So I think he'll get decent minutes either way. Last 5 games, 28.9 minutes a game, 2.8 fouls, 10 rebound chances a game, and 5.8 potential assists. If we take a look at this head-to-head, it looks great. 3 straight games of getting 10 or more, and we're getting this at 7.5. So I'm absolutely going to take that. In those games, he's averaged 30 minutes a game, 9.7 rebound chances, 8.7 potential assists. And then let's go to the 2024 season. I know he's only done this 47% of the time on the 2024 season, but let's take a look at the minutes. If he gets that 30 minutes, this cleans up real quick. Actually, you can even go down here. Let's see. We'll just say he gets 25 minutes tonight. He's done this 86% of the time, 6 out of 7 games. He's getting at least 25 minutes. If he does get that 30 minutes, which, he hasn't been able to do that much, but he cleared it, obviously, in both games. Let's go even a little bit lower. Yeah, so it looks like we need, for things to start really looking good, we need at least 24 minutes, according to, historically. He's done that in 5 straight games when he gets the 24 minutes. So I like the 7.5. I'm going to be rolling the over here. Let's take a look at daily grind. Not trust. Strus. Not have a little bit of issue here. Okay, so they like his points rebounds over 13.5 as the top over. 51.6% odds hit the over -126. They like his points assists over 12.5. They have it at a 50.99% odds hit the over -123. And then they still like the rebounds and assists over 7.5, 50.86% odds hit the over -122. That may have something to do with Darius Garland going from out, which was probably his old designation, but it was still updated. And then now he's a game time decision. So we'll see if he plays. If he doesn't play, I think that this is absolutely cash. If he does play, I still think he can get it done. The hit rate has looked good, so we're going to roll it. 7.5 isn't asking too much. All right, Toumani Camara. Also rebounds and assists. I love this. He's cleared this in 4 out of his last 5. He only missed 1 against Charlotte. 1 more rebound or assist would have cashed it. Over these last 5 games, he's averaging 34.4 minutes a game, just 3 fouls and 15.6 rebound chances a game, 5.4 potential assists. We got a little note here from Outlier we're going to break down. He's exceeded 7.5 rebounds and assists in 9 of his last 11 games at home, averaging 9.3. So we got almost a 2-point bump on that stat there. Man, his last home game was against Milwaukee. He put up 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and then against Oklahoma City at home, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. So really popping off against some tough teams here. He got it done against Chicago before that and against Houston before that. He's only missed this twice at home. On the 2024 season. So in these home games, he's averaging 34 minutes a game. So let's take a look at the 2024 season and just look overall. So overall, he's completed 56% of the time, 25 out of 45 games. Now we said 34 minutes. Let's take a look here. When it's already looking pretty solid. Let's just say 30 minutes. We don't need to go all the way up to the 34. So when he's getting at least 30 minutes, he's hitting this at a 64% hit rate, 18 out of 28 games. And then, let's just, for fun, because he has pretty consistently been getting the 35. We'll just check 34. 68% at the 34-minute mark. And then as far as matchups go, overall, it's tough. It's Orlando, second in rebounds allowed, first in assists allowed. Go over to the power forward position, a little bit softer, 11th in rebounds allowed, first in assists allowed. Let's take a look at the head-to-head. I'm going to bring these back down on the minutes. Okay, so last time they played was just on the 23rd, and he got it done. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and then the time before that, which was from last season, he still only missed it by 1. So this is hitting all the indicators. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Let's take a look here at daily grind. See if I spell that right. Okay, so his top over that they like is his points assist, 12.5. 50.98% odds hit the over -125. They like his points rebounds over 16 at 50.89% odds hit the over -122. They don't like the rebounds and assists. They have it just slightly favored to the under at 50.19% odds to hit the under. And that's kind of across the board. Everyone's slightly favoring it to the under. So go with your gut. If you want to pivot, go for it. I feel good about the rebounds and assists. I love that stat line with the note here from Outlier. 9 out of his last 11 games at home. So that's what we're looking for. 82% hit rate at home. And this is surprisingly a close spread. We got 212.5 over under. Orlando favored by just 5.5. And Portland has been kind of sneaky like not a team that you can just walk over whenever you want. I'll get into that in a minute because two of the honorable mentions I have are for the Magic. So let's move on to Lauri Markkanen, maybe my favorite play of the day. Let's see, I'm giving a little bit away here. That's his 32-minute mark. So on the 2024 season, just across the board, 56% hit rate, 19 out of 34 games, and the back half has looked great. He's only missed it 4 games there. We'll talk matchup real quick. So overall, it's Minnesota, who's tough, but they're also coming off of a back-to-back in what was a pretty extensive game last night against the Suns. We capitalized on 4th in points allowed, 10th in rebounds allowed overall. Go to the power forward position, still pretty tough. 7th in points allowed, 6th in rebounds allowed. Where's the soft spot? Not the center. So the small forward position, which unfortunately is a game time decision. And John Collins, I was looking at him earlier. Game time decision for Collins and Walker Kessler, game time decision. So 2 really important contributors to the rebounding are game time decisions tonight. That's part of the reason why I like Lauri in this game. Let's take a look at this note here. So he's exceeded 25.5 points, rebounds in 4 of his last 5 games at home, averaging 27.6. So we don't have like a huge margin here between what we're getting and what he's been averaging. But I still like the hit rate, 4 out of 5, averaging 32 minutes a game in these home games. And then 1.8 fouls, 41% from the field on 19.4 attempts. So we're almost at that 20 attempt mark that we always aim for. 8 made buckets a game, shooting 35% from beyond the arc. But look at that, 13.2 3-pointer attempts a game, averaging 4.6 made buckets a game from beyond the arc. Not getting to the line very often, 3.4 attempts, but shooting 82%. And then 8 rebound chances a game. So not quite as high as you would want, but I'll still take 8 rebound chances a game, especially if we end up having potentially Collins and or Walker Kessler out for this game. So that 32-minute line, that's what was shown here on the 2024 season. When I first opened it, I had this set to it because I like to always check the minutes and look for, correlation here, look for reasons why this might be happening. So on the whole 2024 season, when he's getting the 32 minutes at least, he's got a 79% hit rate, 15 out of 19 games. So I'm feeling good about this. And even 3 of these games, he was relatively close. He missed 1 by 1 more bucket or rebound. 1 more bucket would have cashed it in this other one. So he's really close to like a 90% hit rate here. So I'm feeling good about it. He's averaging 34.8 minutes a game. Actually, let me just be a little more accurate about this. That's when he's getting at least 32. He's averaging 34. Let's just look at home games and see what he's averaging here. So he's right under that mark, averaging 31.2 minutes a game. But, he's actually averaging over that because if you look at these games over here, he had one against Sacramento. He played 17.4 minutes, a game here against Dallas where he played 24.4 minutes. So these 2 games alone are going to really bring down that average. So let's just look at his last 10. It should be even higher than that. So 33.3 minutes is what he's averaging over his last 10 games at home. And that's a more accurate reading. And then once again, I'll just show you this one last time. So if he gets at least the 32 minutes, actually, let's just see what it looks like at 30. Just in case, just to kind of be on the safe side. So still a 70% hit rate if he only gets 30 minutes. With John Collins and Walker Kessler, if either of those guys are out, he's going to get solid minutes. And let's just say for a minute, let's see if he gets 35, what that looks like. So if he gets 35 minutes, he has a 100% hit rate, 8 out of 8 games. I love this play. I feel really good about it. The matchup is tough. Let's look what he's done. I'll bring these minutes back down. The head-to-head, Let's take a look. Okay, so he's cleared it in both head-to-heads. He went for 30 and he went for 34. These are both from last year. He averaged 32.8 minutes a game in those. So, yeah, this is a guy who shoots in volume, almost 20 attempts and then almost 14 attempts from beyond the arc. So I like I said, I love this play. This might be my favorite of the day. So let's see what Daily Grind thinks. I'm going to give you a couple of honorable mentions and then we'll get out of here. So they like his points assist the best at 20.5. They have it at a 52.03% odds at the over -130. They like his PRA over 26.5 at 51.88% odds to hit the over. And they do like the points rebounds. The PRA is really just one more. You guys might want to just take that. I didn't even realize that. We got a 1 point bump. So whichever you prefer. I already have the points rebounds locked in, so I'm sticking with that. But if you guys want to take 1 point bump here, that is probably something I would have taken if I would have realized it was that close. So yeah, I'm comfortable with both. They still like the points rebounds to go over 51.59% odds at the over -126. So points assists, PRA, points rebounds, all looking good. Man, now I got to go back and check. Why is it only a 1 point bump? Well, he only had 1 assist in each of those head-to-heads. What's he averaging on the 2024 season? Yeah, he doesn't really assist too much. I guess that makes sense, but man, I don't know. I guess I would probably take that. But anyways, let's get back here real quick. I got to pull these guys up. Are they on here? So Wendell Carter, this looked really good to me. Wendell Carter, I'll tell you why I ended up not taking it. But Wendell Carter tonight against Portland, he's done this. He's exceeded his 16.5 points, rebounds in 5 straight games on the road. 21.6 is what he's averaging. That's why I was really thinking about taking this, because we're getting it at 16.5, and then there's a 21.6 average over his last 5 games on the road. So, I mean, that looks beautiful, but I think that these were all with Goga Batadze. I'm probably not saying that right. He's got a soft matchup here, 25th in points allowed, 23rd in rebounds allowed. But let's see games with Goga. I do think that his minutes have been getting bumped, obviously, with Goga out. So 2 of those games. So the last 2 games, he still got it done with Goga in the equation. So, and it looks good. 21 in both, 16.5. I was thinking about taking this for the video, but I ended up not. So he's averaging, let's see. Yeah, see, he has 1 game with 35. This is what made me kind of just fade. I might throw it in another slip, but not for the video. This game where he got 35 minutes, it went to overtime. And then this other game, he still got it done, but it wasn't an overtime game. He only had 25 minutes, and he did clear it, 19 points. So you guys might still want to take that. But if we look at the head-to-head, he's done it twice, obviously, and then missed it this last game. Look at his minutes in this last game, 23. And I think that game got totally out of hand. That was Franz Wagner's first game back, I believe, and they were kind of like, I think Franz only played like 24 minutes, and this game got out of hand, 101-79. I was saying Portland can be sneaky, but yeah, this was just a blowout. So I think his minutes weren't as strong there, but he only had 3 points, 6 rebounds last time they matched up, and he's not really averaging as many minutes with Goga in the equation. So on the 2024 season, averaging 25 minutes. I'm just a little nervous that I'm a little like, let's take a look. 2024, what happens if he only plays 25 minutes? Yeah, see, this is what I'm a little nervous about. If he gets to 25 minutes on the season, he's only cleared it once. So it's looking great right now, but I'm just with the uncertainty of Goga back in the lineup. He's going to be the starter. And that's what led me to say, maybe not. The other one is Franz, who is right here. So I was thinking about taking him too, because he's been playing great this year. I was thinking about taking his PRA. Yeah, he's been playing great this year. Since he's been back, he's been kind of jumping right back into form, when he gets his regular minutes. I think I would maybe take a chance on this one more than I would Wendell. This is one that I might actually put in a slip. I think I'm going to stay off the Wendell, but I just wanted to show you that in case you guys want to take a chance on it. But yeah, he's cleared this 61% hit rate, 17 out of 28 games on the season. And but what made me a little nervous is he's never done this in the head-to-head. 31, 27, 24. Obviously, this latest one was his first game back. But, I mean, the matchup, I think across the board is pretty solid. Yeah, 24th in points allowed, 27th rebounds allowed, 30th in assists allowed. And we have Jalen Suggs. Here's what, there was Goga for Wendell. Now, what actually makes me nervous is Gary Harris returning. Jalen Suggs, when Jalen Suggs is in the equation, Franz actually plays better. See if we look at this, 61% hit rate. Let's see the games with Jalen Suggs. 64% hit rate, and that back half is just beautiful when Suggs is available. But when Gary Harris, who gets like a lot of minutes, is in the equation, it bounces all the way down to a 53% hit rate, 9 out of 17, still over the 50% mark, which is what we're looking for. And this back half looks even better. Let's go last 10. 80% hit rate. And then what happens if Jalen and Gary play? It actually looks pretty solid still, 8 out of 10. What kind of like is making me pump the brakes a little bit is the head-to-head when both these guys are in the equation. But last time they played, I think that one of them was out at least. And he went for 24, but didn't get that many minutes, 24 minutes. So we said this was a 5.5 point spread, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 5.5 point spread. The other thing is, that's the wrong one. Where are we at here? Back to Franz. So this is in Portland. And then if you take a look at his away games, still relatively solid, but only a 53% hit rate. So go with your gut, guys. I just wanted to show you a little bit extra because I thought about taking these guys too. I might throw Franz. I'm probably going to hold off on Wendell and just see. But Franz, I think that it's a little deceiving because he's really stepped up. I think that he has a real chance at a most improved player if he gets back into rhythm the way he was before he got injured. So let's just quickly take a look at those. Franz. Sorry for the longer video. I just want to give you guys as much info as possible. So they like his rebounds and assists over 9.5. They like his points, rebounds over. How's that PRA looking? They do like it to go over just barely. 50.02% odds hit the over. According to Daily Grind, the optimizer is thinking a lot of his stuff looks good. They like his points. So yeah, I'll probably put this in a slip later, but my main slip is what I gave to you guys. So if there's anything you guys don't like in that slip and you want to try throwing one of these guys in, you can. If you want to check out this optimizer from Daily Grind, you can get 25% off. 25% off when you use code BACKDOOR. They'll let you lock that in for as long as you want. They love, that Franz rebounds and assists is a top 4 play. And then Wendell Carter points 8.5. That might be the move, is just the points alone. They like that. But yeah, if you guys want to try this out, code BACKDOOR at dgfantasy.com. You will get 25% off your first purchase. So lock it in for as long as you want, all the way up to a year. And then if you guys want to check out this app, Outlier, which I love, you can try it out free for a week. Just go through the link below for Outlier, sign up through that link, and they're going to give all of our viewers a week to check it out. They cover all these different, you guys see the way I use this app in the videos. I don't make videos if Outlier is not available. I literally have postponed releasing videos until Outlier came back online. So go try it out for free. Enjoy everything from adjusting the minutes, diving in deep head to head, putting players in and out of the equation. They give you everything that you could possibly want. I love looking for soft spots in the matchups across the top here, up-to-date injury reports and insights about the players that they think look good statistically, historically. They put it on your radar. So go check it out for free. That's going to cover it, guys. If you appreciate the content I'm providing, do me a favor, just help me out with that algorithm, like the video, drop a comment. And if you tailed, let me know in the comments. If you tailed last night and got the sweep, let's get another sweep tonight. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Catch you in the next one.